Let's see how to use the MSRA tool. So this is the MSRA tool, which is a HTML file. Double click and open it. So it opens the HTML window in any browser, Chrome or Edge. So here there are some options available. Import MSRA. So if you have already done an MSRA, you can import it and you can export it to save it to share it with someone else. So you can use the help where you are accessing this video. This is to help you understand how to use this format. Then you also have download template, which will download a file. With that file, you can manually enter the data in an Excel sheet and once again re-upload here. So this is the basic information. This is where you enter your job details. In this example, I will take HVAC shifting. Let's say prepared by my name, Kavi. So contract name ABC construction. Contract person name Jane. Let's say we did the preparation today. Now this information is entered. Once this information is entered, if you scroll down, you will see all the information in the final sheet. So this is where your final sheet is going to sit. So first you need to do the task. Let's say for HVAC shifting, we need to remove the power supply. The cables need to be cut off and removed. So cut off and remove the cable. So in this is a new task. Let's say we are adding a new task. So now the task is added. If you go down, you will see that cut off and remove the cable. That option is there. Now you have to write the risk description. For example, if you are cutting off without power supply turning off, it might lead to electrocution. If cables cut off without turning off power supply, it will lead to electrocution. Okay. So this is the risk. So how likely if you don't cut off the power supply and you are disconnecting the cable, almost certain. So what is the severity? It will lead to fatal. So we add the risk. Want to add additional risk when you are cutting off, uh, you might hurt your hands. Let's say you are using a hacksaw blade to cut off the power supply or a cutting plier. And see plier. So this is one risk. What is the severity? Possible. Sometimes it can happen. What is severity? Insignificant. So which means you might get a first aid injury. So that is also added. Now for the sake of understanding, let's add a new task. Now move the HVAC unit. Place to elevator or material lift. we are adding the task. Added the new task. Okay. Now we need to add the risk. So heavy load can result in, let's say it is going to create a lot of strain in the back if it is pushed manually. So likely to occur, it can frequently happen. What is the risk level? It is a moderate significant. Okay. Right. If it is a disc clip or something, it will go up to that level. So let us assume here. Now we have added all this. Now we know where to work on. The critical and high we need to work on and bring it to low and medium. So let's say this is a critical. So I am adding a countermeasure. Adding a countermeasure, disconnect power and apply lotto. Don't just put lotto. Where to apply lotto also you put at MCB 6 in LDB 1, just for example. So if you cut off the power, oh, now what is the risk of electrocution? So it cannot happen almost. And then the risk remain catastrophic only if it happens. So the lotto is very important point to signify that we are putting like that. Okay. So now the risk from critical it became medium. Now low you might want to add, you might not want to add, maybe hand gloves, etc. Up to you. Low is generally for the sake of understanding, I'm not entering now. So let's say I'm going to add countermeasure to the high. Here you notice, here it is add countermeasure, it become edit countermeasure now. A heavy load can result in ergonomic strain if pushed manually. So I'm adding countermeasure. Use a pallet truck to the material. So if it is a pallet truck, it has a small pumping hydraulics which will help to move. So unlikely to occur, but could happen if somebody overstrains. And the severity also will reduce now because it is not going to be a serious injury. Same. So now you brought it to low. Here I'll put use hand gloves. So we put a hand gloves. Mostly can be avoided and it is insignificant. This also comes as low. Now we have done this. Imagine this is the end of the entire exercise. Then you can directly export the MSRA to PDF. You can take printout, take signatures, or you can export to CSV. I will show this example. Export to CSV I am giving. So it is telling method statement and risk assessment CSV. I am opening that. So it's opening now. Here you can see job name prepared by. All the details are appearing here, including task, their task ID, risk ID. You can see here one task can have multiple risk. Even 10 risk also you can add to one task. and what is the initial and how it is now after the countermeasure. So you know which countermeasures are very important next to next. Now let's say I'm closing this. Let's say you want to review this, or you have already saved something like this, you want to import. You can hit import MSRA, and then you can click on the file you have downloaded. Now you have all the items readily available for you to edit. Now you can edit. You can add a risk, or you can insert a new task. If you have forgotten a task, you can insert. Then you can delete the risk if you see it is irrelevant. So this will help you to do that. Then if you click on this download template, it will download a template which will show you this page. Now in this template, what you need to do, usually inside this double quote, you need to, or you can just replace the double quote with the value. You can enter the details here, 1 2 3 4 5. So you can enter the detail. Then if you look at the task ID 1, task you describe, risk ID 1, you describe the risk. Let's say it is having another risk, you can the same task description, same task ID, and then the risk only you can change to risk 1 here. Now it becomes 2, and you write the description. These items you can later on import this file and fill in the software itself. So this, let's see what else we can do. If you look at this one, export to PDF option is there. Once you click on that, it will take few seconds to export. Then you will get a file like this, a PDF file. This you can take print out and take signature from the safety, as well as your job leader, and you can complete this MSRA. So this is how you do the MSRA using this application.